people aren't especially fond of cauliflower, especially when it's cooked. They'll like it when it's raw and it's nice and crunchy. But I've got a recipe for you today that may entice you to serve it cooked a little bit more often. What it's called is cauliflower and potato bake, and it's real simple to do. I've got a medium potato, and I have chosen a gold potato simply because I wanted the color contrast as opposed to a white potato. Well, because we have the cauliflower that's already going to give us the white color. I've got medium red pepper that's been cut, not really fine, but cut up so you can get into bite-sized pieces or a little bit smaller as I have here. And then I've got 2 cups of raw cauliflower. And over the top of that, I'm going to drizzle a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Now you could use canola oil with this if you choose, or if that's the only one you have. I've also got a clove of garlic that I actually pressed because I want it to be fairly fine and spread out fairly well. The original recipe called for garlic powder, and I didn't want to use powder in it. And then I have a 1/4 of a teaspoon of onion powder and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now this is optional. I like the flavor of the extra salt in it. It tends to enhance the other ingredients a lot, but if you are on a low sodium diet, you could leave it out. And then about a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. We're simply going to toss those together in the bowl. Now, if you want to save dishes, you could do this in the pan that you're going to bake in. I've got an 8x8 pan or a 9x9 pan, and just use some nonstick vegetable spray on that, and that will be ready to go. Have your oven preheated to 400 degrees. Now the main thing I'm doing here is I'm trying to get all those flavors well blended so that all the garlic isn't in one place and the oil coats as much of it as we can so that it's all spread out. We've got our pan ready to go here. We're going to spread out our ingredients. Now you notice that no matter how much tossing you do, things tend to all fall into one place. At least they do for me. So try and spread them out so that everybody, when it's served, gets some of everything as much as you can. Over the top of that, I've got 2 tablespoons of non-fat milk, or formerly known as skim milk. We're just going to drizzle that over the top. And then a 1/4 of a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. This is going to go in our oven at 400 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. But in order to make sure that everything bakes evenly, we're going to cover it with some aluminum foil and make sure that it's sealed fairly tight, and that will keep the steam in. Now you're just going to bake it, start it at 30 minutes, and if the vegetables are done, it's ready to go. Again, 30 minutes there. When it comes out, it's going to be a little bit pale when you take the aluminum foil off. So you can put it under the broiler for 30 to 60 seconds and get a little bit of brownness going to it, and then sprinkle over the top of that to add a little bit more color to it, about 2 tablespoons of flat leaf parsley. And there you have it. It's a great dish. You can serve it either nice and hot or warm. It adds a lot to a dinner and gives you a lot of color and gives you some vegetables that we don't usually have cooked quite in this way. This is Cauliflower Potato Bake for Oklahoma Gardening. This is Barbara Brown.